There's something magical about Greenland, and on the east coast there's a mountain ridge called Roscoe Mountains, and we flew over them. I flew over them early morning, and the sun was coming up, and the hunters tell me that there is something magical about this place. There is something there that you cannot explain what is. And I flew over it, and then we landed in the village, Skorpsund, Ittokottormid, which is the Greenlandic word for it. And my friend Ole Brunlund, he's a great storyteller. He didn't want to tell me stories, and they were all going with him to the grave, he said. And I asked him to write them down for his kids or grandchildren, you know. He was kind of not happy about that people didn't respect them enough. And I said, how can people respect you if they don't know how great you are? And so you have to tell those stories or write them down. And the next morning he asked me to come and talk to him. I've been twice flying to that village to get stories. It was very hard to get the stories from them. It was even more difficult than photographing in the storm. And he told me a story, which was a beautiful story about two hunters. It was very cold, minus 30 degrees on the east coast, south of the village. And suddenly the dog got crazy. They started barking, and they didn't know what was happening, and they looked up, and there was a huge thing above them with red, green, blue lights. And they just stared at it, didn't know what it was. And it moved slowly, no sound, and then it just disappeared slowly. And they asked when they got back if there was anybody knew something about aircraft or some spaceships or whatever it was. Nobody knew anything. So Ole wasn't the kind of guy who was telling you lies when he told you stories. I met the other hunter later on, and I saw him and I knew who he was. And I asked him, can you tell me about this? And he was very tanned because of the sun and the snow, and he turned pale. He didn't want to speak about it. He was afraid of it. There was something they saw, which nobody can describe.